And then there's the TPP. So how I look at the TPP is that it's also part of this grand strategy, U.S. strategy in the region. And President Obama basically said so in his presidential debate against Romney in 2012. He says we're organizing trade relations with countries other than China so that China starts feeling more pressure about meeting basic international standards. That's the kind of leadership we've shown in the region. And the TPP, if you look at the text of the agreement, it has a lot of language that's really about excluding China. Strict international intellectual property protections, rules against anti-competitive state-owned enterprises. These are all things that are really targeting China. And these are standards that is impossible for China to meet. So what the U.S. strategy is with TPP is first create its own bloc with certain countries in the region that is friendly to the United States, undermines China's influence, and then say, look, all these other countries are agreeing to these rules. Now China, you have to also agree to these rules, and then try to force China into a position where it has to. However, the TPP is geopolitically very divisive for the region because some countries in the region are part of the TPP, other countries are not. And so it basically divides the region in half. So now ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations that was trying to create an economic bloc and trying to lead the integration of the region, says, wait a minute, this is not good for us because basically what the TPP is trying to do is divide us in half, and then it's going to marginalize us as a bloc. So then in 2012, ASEAN said, we're going to propose a different kind of economic agreement, and that's called the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership as an alternative to the TPP. So China looks at the situation and says, oh, great, we welcome RCEP, and we're going to give our full support to this and accelerate this process. So what's happening now is that there are two agreements in the region that are competing, a TPP and the RCEP. And countries are trying to decide, should we join one or the other? I can talk about the differences about the two agreements, but I don't think we have time, so I'm going to skip over this part. This is the map of who's part of TPP and who's part of RCEP. Skip over that. The TPP's ultimate aim is to create what they're calling the free trade area of the Asia Pacific. So they basically want the entire region open to free cross-border travel of capital in the region. However, as I said, it's very problematic because one, it ignores uneven development in the region, different interests of the countries in the region, and is very divisive because it's built into the TPP fundamentally as a spirit of confrontation and containment, and it's not really about economic cooperation and partnership. So, for a long time, for decades, people in Asia Pacific have been fighting for sovereignty, fighting for the right to self-determination without foreign influence, to determine for our own future. And for a long time, people of the United States have been in support of those struggles and in solidarity. And I think the TPP is a great opportunity for people in Asia Pacific as well as in the United States to stand together, to